Hello, and welcome to Action Reaction. This is the episode 6, and we are proudly presenting to you the AIM Soldier and the Hydra Trooper. Both these figures are Hasbro Pulse exclusive. They are readily available, and links to order them are mentioned in the description. Please do take a look. They come with the minimalistic package as you can see in front of you. So good, and considering a price point of $15, they are very good and effective for army building your Marvel Legends diorama. So I think it's time to bring in Dean and do the honors of getting those figures out of their respective packages. So AIM Soldier and Hydra Trooper out of their packaging. They look excellent. They really look excellent. Now considering, these are $15 figure point, both of them are nearly identical, except I think the Hydra Trooper is a bit taller thanks to his hazmat suit helmet. But otherwise they are both evenly matched. What we effectively have is the AIM Soldier, the Hydra Trooper, that actually looks awesome, and their respective blasters, pistols. We have two of them per figure. Pretty neat. Now let's start with our Hydra Trooper first. So as you can see, a quick turnaround of the AIM Trooper figure to show you exactly what this figure has. A yellow hazmat suit. I believe that's a hazmat suit. Let's take a look at his head. It effectively turns right, left, turns completely around. It trying to put it up, but up and down I don't see a lot of movement, just very limited movement, but I think that's probably because of the hazmat suit. Let's take a look at those hands. They effectively turn around full 360 degree. This is how much it goes up. Let's try and adjust it a bit. Okay, that's a straight shooter pose. It goes 90 degree front and side. I don't think so there is any backward movement. We have a bicep curl, the hand, there is a double jointed hand on this, so it has a various range of movement. As you can see, it goes very well, and I think if we slant it back, that also has a good movement, but a very nice articulation on the hand, and that gives us a various range of movement. Now let's have a look at his chest articulation. That's how much it goes down, that's how much it goes up, and he goes completely around. That's nice to have. Let's take a look at his leg. That's his thigh articulation, which turns completely around. Then let's have a look at his knee. This is how much it goes forward. Pretty decent, pretty good. Not a lot of movement on backward. Yeah, I'm trying to push it, but no luck. Let's have a look at his knees. One double jointed knee, which takes the movement quite nicely. You can see I'm trying to sort of roll it around. If we go to the leg, it does its normal front and back. There is a rocker movement on the foot. So I believe this is a good set of feet. Let's move to the Hydra Soldier. Doing a roundabout of the figure to give you a good look at this figure, since that is not possible when we are doing the articulation validations or the design validation, but let's have a good look at it. Now let's move towards its articulation, its head. Trying to rock it sideways, not so much, decent, say it does a good right and a good left, turns all the way around, and it goes this much up, it goes this much down. I think this is very good. In terms of head articulation, this is very good. Let's move to his hands now. I'm trying to flex it all around. Again, this goes completely around, so that's a good to have. Moving up, it's a straight pose. Yeah, that's what your normal army builders need to. It has a very good backward movement. That was something that was missing on the Hydra figure, but this has a very good backward movement. Let's take a look around its bicep curl, and let's try and roll the finger. It again has a double jointed arm, and this comes up very good. I think if I had a mobile phone or a headphone, this would have been a very good pose. But yeah, it has very good hands. I'm impressed with the hands. I like them. This is all they go up. Let's have a look at the chest articulation. Let's see how it does. Let's get that belt out of the way. It goes, that's a 90 degree down. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. This is how much it goes up. I love that. It has got a phenomenal chest articulation. And again, it goes completely around. Let's go at his legs. Let's try and figure out how better they are. Okay, this is much better. The leg goes a bit up than Hydra Trooper. It goes all the way back as compared to the Hydra Trooper. So that's good. Again, thigh articulation, a double jointed knee, which goes very much beyond. I think that the backward movement of the leg helps, but he can almost touch his back. So that is excellent. I love this. I love the articulation on this figure. Let's have a look at the legs. Yeah, up and down. It has that rocker movement, but I believe this is going to give us the normal Marvel problem of, unstable legs. Yeah, articulation wise, this figure is better. Now let's look at the AIM Trooper in a bit more detail. Again, the hazmat suit head. It has got eyepiece, probably something to give view in the side. Let's take a look at his visor. It has sort of like that grid mesh look, so it is extreme detailing, that I could say. And again, you could see small creases over his mask, the nose section. This is an extremely detailed figure. If you go to the back, yes, there are again those creases present. There is sort of a neck collar that's available, I think. Then we have the shoulder buckle, which is extremely detailed. You can see grenades, pouches. I do not know what that is, but lots and lots of pouches. Then we come back on his chest. Then it has sort of buttons that are available, and they go down. I think there are 8 of them, extremely detailed. Again, those creases. We go to the hand, creases that are well displayed on his hand. Then we move back to the gloves. This is an extremely good piece of glove. I see again all that minute detailing. If you see, there are 3 buttons, so that's extreme detailing. I love this detailing. The waist, which has this belt, which has a particular graphic which is present on both front and back. This looks nice. Then we go, there is the shirt line that we can see back and front. That's good. And then we go back again, creases, the pouches. I think their hazmat suit is sort of a baggy. So if you look at the silhouette, it gives you a silhouette of a baggy trouser. And finally the shoes, again 2 buckles to complement the shoes, good black color. And I think this shape of the shoes and also the creases that are present on it, it gives this figure a very good look. Now let's take a look at this blaster. This is a small blaster, extremely detailed, very nice. And I mean, I am really what we can say, I am really impressed with the way this figure has been designed. So yes, in terms of articulation, it has a few problems, but the designing, whether it be figure, whether it be weapons, that's extreme. If you see those small lines that have been captured beautifully, this is a very, I have actually never seen a blaster like this, a small blaster like this. I mean, I owe several figures. I think this is something that's unique to the Hydra Trooper. And again, I'm calling this a plasma rifle. Nothing better. No name can do this justice. You see a small gap that's between them. Again, detailing that's very nice. This rifle is way apart. If you can see, I'm just pointing out to all those small intricate efforts that have been taken while designing this particular weapon. This is truly a weapon of a choice, and I mean, if they can sell this weapon, I would like to have this weapon for every figure that I have, which is a gun wielding figure. This is nice. This is really nice. I'm impressed. Let's take a look at the Hydra soldier. A very basic body, a mask, goggles, nose, a small grin. Yep, very nicely done. The ears, and I think the mask pretty much captures the different contours of our head. Let's go down. It's a basic bodysuit, we can say, that has probably used across multiple figures. Nothing unique that I can see apart from this chest buckle, the edge, the Hydra symbols on both his hands. They look good. If we go back, I mean, there is nothing really that stands out on this figure. This is good articulation, but designing wise, they have been a bit lazy. Even if I cover this, I think it might look like an Iron Fist. I have an Iron Fist figure, so it looks pretty much very close to that Iron Fist. I mean, nothing great in terms of designing. This is his waist buckle. Let's try and put it back on him. Let's see if it enhances his appearance. Go, click down in that and centering it up. Yeah, adds a bit of character. Again, the waist buckle has sort of accessories on it, you know, different pouches that are available, probably 8 of them. 2 of them again on the shoulder. Let's take a look at the rifle. This is a very basic rifle, nothing to be, you know, it has got good detailing on them, but you know, it's gray. I mean, why would you give it as a gray? I mean, Hydra Trooper has it as black. Black looks good. Yeah, they have detailing. I will give them marks for this, but you know, nothing that really stands up on this. It's a very basic rifle, and a pistol that's even more generic and even more basic. They could have put in some more work on this. Not so much impressed with the design. Now in the last act of this review, I'll go ahead and sort of pose this, guys, and use this as an opportunity to provide some information on Hydra and AIM. So Hydra, with the philosophy of cut one head, 2 more shall take its place, has been around for several millennia. The current Hydra incarnation that we know and loathe are the remnants of Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. Baron von Strucker, a Nazi leader in the Marvel Comics timeline, was responsible for the first modern interpretation of Hydra, and through the years we have seen various villains spawning from Hydra like Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Madam Hydra and Arnim Zola. In a Secret Empire storyline, Captain America Steve Rogers himself was the Hydra Supreme. Hydra also has a very strong presence in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I have some more information on Hydra, so please refer the description for more information. On the other hand, AIM, or Advanced Idea Mechanics, is a privately funded think tank organized by a group of brilliant scientists whose sole dedication was to acquire and develop power through technological means that would overthrow the governments of the world. They supply arms and technology to radicals and subversive organizations in order to foster a violent technological revolution of societies while making a profit. They are led by a scientist supreme. Throughout the years, there have been several splinter groups because of their diverging agendas. MODOK is one of the scientists supreme who had led M in the past. And if you do not know MODOK, I'll have a description of him also, and he is also one of the antagonists, or I would say the primary antagonist of the Marvel's Avengers game. Now Marvel Legends also plans to release MODOK deluxe figure around May's time frame, and AIM Troopers, nice foot soldier for him. So I think with that I will conclude my review. Going back to the figures, AIM Trooper, excellent design, excellent accessories and very stable. Hydra Trooper, excellent articulation, not so good figure. So if you want to buy one of them, I would suggest go ahead and go for the Hydra Trooper. With that, I close the review. Please like, share and subscribe. Please leave your valuable comments. Thank you everyone.